then sorbing, make it trendy. We look sexy, here we go, making really on, getting...
Enough of that. Before I get into what the best amino acids for muscle growth are, I want to clarify some fundamentals. There's three main criteria for good muscle growth to be achieved from exercise. One, you need to consume more calories than you burn. You can't build anything without the materials to actually build with. Your body needs excess calories to build any form of mass, be it muscle or fat. Two, you need to consume more protein than you break down. Positive muscle protein balance is achieved when the rate of new muscle protein synthesis, or MPS for short, exceeds that of muscle protein breakdown, MPB. The goal is to therefore stimulate MPS as much as possible through resistance training and postprandial hyperaminoacidemia, yep, that's a word, and it basically translates to having an excess of amino acids in the bloodstream. And to suppress MPB, which studies show there are two main ways to achieve this nutritionally. One, by increasing carbohydrate intake, and two, by increasing protein intake even further than it is needed to achieve optimum MPS. Three, and finally, you need to be following an exercise program that's challenging to your muscles, challenging enough to stimulate growth and accelerate MPS. Nowhere in these three core rules does it call for the supplementation of amino acids. Yes, they conclude that amino acids are essential for muscle growth, but that's not to say you can't achieve the right amount of amino acids for optimal muscle growth from diet alone. You should at least have this as your first goal before you start looking at supplementing with amino acids. Optimize your diet so that you're receiving a good amount of high quality protein. Once you've done this and you feel like you've plateaued in terms of how far you can take your muscle growth with diet alone, then you might benefit from amino acid supplementation. Don't skip this step. A lot of people want the fastest or the easiest solution, and being disciplined with a good diet doesn't often fit with this. It's the same with PEDs. The number of people I know from the gym who take PEDs but have the most garbage diet is way more than you would imagine, and most of them look crappy for it. Some of them don't even look like they work out. That's how many fundamentals they're skipping. They've skipped the consistency and dedication of pushing themselves hard in the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week. They've skipped the diet planning and the discipline of eating right, and they've jumped straight for the quick fix, and it shows. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to assume that you're one of the disciplined, smart people who've already optimized their diet and workout and are looking for that next step. So what is it? What amino acids are the most important for muscle growth? Number 1, beta-alanine. Beta-alanine is an amino acid that has been found in various studies to reduce fatigue and increase exercise performance. One of these studies showed that collegiate wrestlers and football players taking 4 grams of beta-alanine per day increased lean muscle mass by 1.1 pounds and 2.1 pounds respectively in the wrestlers and the footballers over just 8 weeks. Another shorter 6-week study in 2009 titled Effects of Beta-Alanine Supplementation and High-Intensity Interval Training on Endurance Performance and Body Composition in Men, a double-blind trial, showed that beta-alanine helped to increase lean muscle mass by 1.1 pounds in comparison to the placebo group. So there's actual solid scientific evidence to support the fact that beta-alanine contributes to an increase in lean mass. This is why I chose this amino acid first. Number 2, BCAAs. Not technically an amino acid in itself, more so a group of amino acids consisting of leucine, isoleucine and valine. These 3 amino acids account for 14% of all amino acids found in your muscles, and they're probably the most commonly talked about amino acids when it comes to building muscle mass. There are some studies showing that BCAAs can be effective at retaining lean mass whilst following a calorie-restricted diet, and other studies showing that BCAAs can increase lean mass in comparison to regular whey protein or carbohydrates. For example, a 2009 study titled Consuming a Supplement Containing Branched-Chain Amino Acids During a Resistance Training Program Increases Lean Mass, Muscle Strength and Fat Loss showed that during an 8-week resistance training program, those taking 14 grams of BCAAs daily saw greater gains in lean mass and strength in comparison to groups taking 28 grams of whey protein daily and those taking 28 grams of carbohydrate daily. With BCAAs, however, unlike beta-alanine, there are contradictory studies that showed zero impact on lean mass gains in comparison to placebo groups, indicating that whether you gain lean mass whilst taking BCAAs could be circumstantial and dependent on other variables, rather than being a one-size-fits-all solution for lean mass gains. And finally, number 3, beta-hydroxy beta-methylbutyrate, or HMB for short. Though not technically an amino acid in itself, it is a molecule that is produced by the body when processing the amino acid leucine, one of the 3 constituents of BCAAs. Remember earlier in the video we spoke about either increasing MPS or slowing down MPB. Well, HMB helps slow down MPB, the breakdown of muscle proteins. I sourced 3 separate studies that show taking between 3 to 6 grams of HMB per day can improve gains in lean body mass whilst undertaking resistance training. One of these studies was based on untrained men, people who didn't previously weight train, and the other 2 included or consisted entirely of people that train regularly. All studies showed indiscriminate increases in strength and lean mass regardless of training status or gender. So there you go. I hope this video provided more insight into the amino acids that could potentially lead to greater muscle growth. As a summary, that was beta-alanine, BCAAs and HMB, all of which carry scientific evidence that may have a positive effect on muscle growth. I do stay as neutral as possible during these videos and base information on scientific studies only, so I'm going to steer away from making any direct product recommendations from our range here. But we do offer a range of reputable brands that offer these 3 different supplements. So if you're interested, do have a browse on vitalifehealth.com. We offer next day UK shipping on Vitalife Express items, and we now offer free shipping via our subscription program. Lay-by interest-free installment payments are also an option. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please go ahead and subscribe by clicking the button below this video, and when you do, remember to also hit the bell symbol afterwards so you receive notifications for new health and wellness videos that we post. Thanks for watching.